Yo, what's up? This your boy Derek Branch here, Strike7Sports.com. And today I just want to talk about what's been going on with the New York Jets. More in particular with their quarterback, their former first round pick from 2021, second overall behind Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson out of BYU, Brigham Young University. Um, Yesterday he had another opportunity to prove that he was the guy for the New York Jets going forward for this season and beyond. And it became a total opposite. He had a bad performance last night against the Jaguars, and what was a important game for both teams. Both teams got playoff aspirations. After starting off the season, strong. Jets had a really good start to the 2022 campaign, while the Jaguars just starting to heat up. Won past two games against the Titans and the Dallas Cowboys. So they've won three straight games. They defeated the Jets 19-3. But we're just gonna bring the focus back to Zach Wilson, man. He just had a really bad game, man. It was bad. I think they benched him in the third quarter, if I'm not mistaken. He went 19 to 18, 92 yards, bro, 5.1 yard average, one pick, sacked three times, um, QBR a rating of a 41.9 according to ESPN stats. This was a bad game from this guy, and there have been rumblings throughout, you know, the year, even in the off season of the Jets possibly walking away from this guy, even though he's only been with his team since for 2021. Was a first round pick, second overall, and they're ready to bail on him already. It's just unfortunate. But what really didn't help him, even though he made that comment he made against the New England Patriots when they played about him not being accountable of what happened in that game. That was a bad look by him. But if this was like 2000, not 2000, but like 10 and 20 years ago, Zach Wilson, they would have given a quarterback 4 years to get it right, to get his act together, to see what he can do. A lot of the optics have changed. A lot of factors are going to why these teams want to part ways with these quarterbacks even after 1 year, 2 years. You saw it with Josh Rosen, and that's because times have changed, man. You're not really paying these guys like in 2000, like in the year 2000, 2003, 1998. You're paying rookie quarterbacks. If they came in the top five, it was a top five selection. You were paying them like one of the highest players in the league. That's what you were paying them. You're paying them those type of salaries. That's the type of salary Zach Wilson would have got. But now when they introduced the rookie scale that came about in I believe 2011, the year that Cam Newton was drafted. Um, you're not paying these rookie QBs anything. You're not paying them. They're making good money, but they're not making the money that guys like a Sam Bradford or a Peyton Manning or Jamarcus Russell, Ryan Leaf was making coming out of college. You're not paying those guys, those quarterbacks, that type of money. So the teams, it doesn't hurt the teams that much to like move off of these quarterbacks until they find the right guy. And unless, and the way I see it is, unless you show some signs of potential in these first 2 years, these teams are ready to move off of you. And Zach move off from you. And Zach Wilson just clearly not showing that. He is not showing any consistency of being good. You know, um, you see it, Justin Fields. He's consistently having the Bears in football games, even though they may lose them. You seeing something, some type of progress. Zach Wilson, you're just not seeing that. He had a good game against the Jets, against the the Detroit Lions in week 15. They lost, but he threw for 300 yards, but they lost the game. This week you played Jacksonville um, at home. Got the elements in your favor, playing to your favor. The weather conditions. You only threw for 91 yards, completed at 9 passes. You know, and he just may not be a good football player, man. Maybe if you go somewhere else in a smaller market, it might can work. Where the team is more patient, it probably can work. But the Jets got better really fast, and um, and I kind of fault the head coach for this as well, Robert Saleh. I like Saleh, but they kind of when they were winning games at the start of the season, they kind of like took the football out of his hand. They weren't winning games because of him, and once it gets to that part, coaches are trying to save their job. They're trying to win games the best way they know how. A lot of defensive minded coaches do this. Run the football, play great defense, control time possession, and let the quarterback be a game man. Reduce the quarterback position down to a game manager role, regardless of their skill set. That's what the Jets have done, and you can't really blame Saleh. I'm trying to fight for my job. I'm trying to win games. I'm trying to qualify for a playoff berth. Forget, not that's the word. We'll worry about Zach Wilson's growth and development in the offseason. We'll worry about the rest of that position. We just gonna let him manage the game, not mess it up, run the football, and win football games for right now. And that's what happened with Zach Wilson. You know, is he salvageable? Maybe. It might be. He might not be that good. You know, for me, just based on my perspective, a lot of people fell for it, got gullible for it, because late night on the West Coast, when he was at BYU, he made a few Patrick Mahomes like throws, and people fell for it. Even the scouts, GMs, all that. That was a first round pick. He got taken ahead of Mac Jones and Justin Fields. You know, teams, it happens. Teams miss on it whiff on these picks all the time, all the time. And I believe, right? Yeah, I think that this did happen. The Jets had an opportunity to completely bomb their season, but instead they won a few games, and it knocked them out of knocked them from getting the first overall pick, which would have been Trevor Lawrence, and the second overall pick, and they got Zach Wilson. So sometimes you gotta think about that. You gotta think long term for your franchise, and not Trevor Lawrence is gonna. I think Trevor Lawrence is gonna take over the AFC South. That's what I think. So that's what you got. You know, if maybe if he wasn't, like I said, maybe if he wasn't in that New York market where there's pressure for him to win right now, maybe a coach can monitor his progress, can work with him. But he's with a defensive minded coach that is ready to win right now. And I'm pretty sure that the Jets are going to look at other options at the quarterback position to take their team to the next level. They have guys like Derek Carr is going to possibly be available, Brady, Lamar Jackson, Jimmy G. They're going to be looking at some other options because you're not paying Sauce Gardner right now a lot of money. Your top corner. You got some receivers that you're not paying. Garrett Wilson, he's on a cheap deal. You know, they're gonna make a move for a QB, and they're possibly gonna get something for Zach Wilson because of that salary you're paying him. He's gonna be an expensive backup wherever he goes. They're gonna cut bait with him, man. And he might not be that good, bro. Maybe if he goes somewhere where he can sit down with a work with a good offensive minded coach, sit down, learn his craft, he'll probably be ready for the next job that becomes available. But for right now, man, he's just not it, man. He's trending towards a bust level. He's trending toward a bust level right now. So we'll see how everything play out in the future. But I think his time with the New York Jets is going to be coming to a close once things start to kick in during the off season. So we'll see how it play out. All right, that's all I have for y'all for right now, man. Give me a like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know how y'all feel. Do you think Zach Wilson's time with the New York Jets is coming to an end? Also in the description box below, check out strike7sports.com for latest content on the NFL, the NBA, fantasy football, and much more. Have a blessed night. Peace. I'm out.